I want to move on to kind of the two big stories of the week, in my opinion. The first of which was the two games we got to see between the Milwaukee Bucks and the Brooklyn Nets. Obviously, Brooklyn Nets, you have to take everything I'm about to say following this with a grain of salt because they are without James Harden, who will be their most ball dominant guy come playoff time. But until then, we talk about the fun that it was to watch Katie and Kyrie go up against Giannis, Jrue, and Chris Middleton. And wow, what a couple of games those were. Really, really fun to watch. The Bucks actually sweep both of those games on the back of some crazy performances from Giannis. Of course, he had 49 in that first one that I talked about before, but had another big night on Tuesday and shot 10 of 12 from the free throw line, which was really big because they actually were intentionally fouling him near the end of that game. And he was able to make some of those free throws because Blake Griffin could not guard this guy, like could not stay in front of him. And every time Giannis settled for a jumper, like now that I don't have a vested interest in him bricking threes, as a Raptors fan, I was going, oh my God, what are you doing? You can get to the rim anytime you want. Why are you settling? So I can only imagine how Bucks fans feel. I mean, we got a little bit of that with Siakam. You get frustrated when he settles for jumpers, but with Giannis especially, is a guy who can like get to the rim at will. Anytime he's taking those one dribble, like catapult threes, you just, you wince a little bit. But the guy I really want to talk about is Jrue Holiday, um, who every year seems to have like 1 week where he just plays in a huge matchup and wins that matchup against another top perimeter guy. And everyone goes, oh, Drew's so underrated. We missed out on him. He's a top 30 guy, top 20 guy. How do we forget about him? Because then he slinks back in there and doesn't fill up the stat sheet, but he's always there. And I guess I bring it up again. This is one of the most underrated players in the entire league. Obviously, not super underrated because he's on his second max contract, but Jrue Holiday, man, one of the few guys you can see where he is tucked into Kyrie Irving's jersey. And that is difficult to say because Kyrie can make everyone look like a fool. And he does as good a job on a top handle finishing guy in the league. His defense is super underappreciated, especially in this age now where it's really, really difficult to play quality perimeter defense. And that's what Jrue brings, man. He is super physical. He's right in the jersey. One of like every matchup he craves, like Donovan Mitchell, Devin Booker. He'll go up against like, I don't know, Kyle Lowry and some of these top like guys who drive the offense from the perimeter. He is a stopper. And if he's your guy who you can put on a James Harden or a Kyrie Irving come playoff time, you got to be pretty comfortable with him providing that because he also puts up great numbers on the offensive end when he's expending a lot of energy on the defensive side. Yeah, really, really impressive with him. And they, on the back of his great performance last night, they beat the Washington Wizards, who was, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to Russell Westbrook, who will average a triple double again for this season, even if he gets zeros in the rest of the games this season. He has officially clinched a triple double average. And it feels like we take it for granted at this point, but it's so special what he's been doing, even in an offensively inflated era. Just really, really cool what he's been able to do. And similar to last year, he built momentum as the season went along, partially injuries where he just started really slow, but also with Houston last year, started slow and then really built it up as the season went along. And he's operating a high level at a time where the Wizards really, really need it.